Hey folks, it's Thanksgiving, and that's just really what I want to do is just wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I'd like to encourage everyone to please be safe wherever you are. You know what we got to do this year because of the pandemic. So please be safe, be careful. Watch the company that you keep. You should do that anyway. And right quick before I go, Higgs Corner, the final episode, it was pretty amazing. It was. It's up in the archives on Adult Swim. I'll leave the link. If you missed it, you can watch the show. Was really pleased with the Synth City segment with Aaron Gum. We are all rather excited about how that came out, and like to explore ways to make more happen, more Higgs Corner and more with Aaron. The challenge is always money. My friends who worked at Adult Swim got laid off, because of COVID. That's basically what happened to the show. I made money, just to let you know. I got paid for doing that, and for a while there, that was what I was living on for a time, honestly, I made it work, but there was the slim hope that I could end up with my own show out of this, and it was looking good, I mainly blame the virus. I think that there are many of you who can agree with me that the pandemic has ruined many opportunities that we had waiting for us. So I don't want to stay long. Regarding Thanksgiving, it's never been my tradition to play Alice's Restaurant by Arlo Guthrie, but I have the record, and I recognize its place in history. I remember the time when that was basically a hit on underground radio, and you heard it so often to the point that you didn't want to hear it anymore because it was so long. And at first the story is amusing, it's a good story, it's a true story, or it's about a true place. Then after a while it was like, okay, that's enough of this. The only thing I have planned for the day is for my brother to come by. We are not going to cook any food or anything. We're just going to spend some time together, drink some coffee, talk, and maybe watch a movie or some music. That's all I have planned for the day. What am I thankful for? I'm thankful all of the time. I'm extremely thankful to still be alive. I'm thankful I'm not homeless. I've been homeless twice. I'm thankful for my relative health. I'm thankful for my viewpoint. I'm glad I'm who I am. Let me just say that real clear. I am glad I'm the sort of person I am who wants to understand. I'm glad that I'm not satisfied with calling myself a label, such as left or right or black or white or this or that. We have to use these descriptors because we're social and people need to understand one another. But I don't identify with them. I'm living. I'm a human being. I'm a member of this existence. I claim it all. Science seems to understand that energy transforms. It doesn't dissipate. It doesn't go away. So when I die physically, whatever the spark was that it animated this body, it's not gone. Whatever claimed to be Dereck may be gone, but that energy remains forever. That's just kind of cool to know. That's the basis of how I look at life. Makes sense to me. With that in mind, a lot of what we deal with on the surface of life, like mainly these divisions of left and right, and male and female, and left and up and down, and liberal and conservative. It's all illusion manufactured in our minds, in our mental reality. We're all this one thing. We're all part of this fabulous creation. Now, I find it interesting that the space probe that's been, I forget the name of it, that's been out traveling forever for decades. It's out millions, billion, how many millions of miles has it traveled so far? What are they discovering as further it goes? Science assumed that space was basically a vacuum. But as this probe, is it Galaxy? I forget the name of it. As it goes further, they're finding changes in the makeup of the so-called vacuum. That it isn't just empty. That it seems to be gathering, the further it goes, it seems to be encountering more substance. I find it interesting. You know, very interesting. Yeah, I for one, never assumed that this is the sum total of reality. We're just a speck on its butt. We don't know nothing. So that's interesting to me, you know. Reality is far beyond our understanding. And so the idea that we're one, and this idea of unity, to me just really, really makes sense. And I wish I could see us moving towards unity in my lifetime instead of the opposite. But I guess I'll just have to deal with the way things are. Also, a couple records. Daydo by Alun Davies. I first heard about this guy when he had a band. What is it? Thursday? Something like that? But he was with Cat Stevens. That's how I first heard of him. But when I first saw this record cover when it came out, I knew who he was, but the cover really caught my attention. And I love that illustration. I love the implications of it with the sugar cubes, and so I was curious. The album is folk more than anything. I love this album. This is, to me, exceptional. I don't listen to a lot of music that is singer-songwriter. There is a charm to this one. It's so much so that on my second album, Dereck 2, I wrote a song called Little Black Dog. It's actually Old Bourbon off of Here. I had forgotten where I'd heard the tune. I do acknowledge it on the credits of my Dereck 2 CD. But I basically wrote my own version of that song, called it Little Black Dog. I love it so much. I love this whole album. Alun Davies, Daydo. And look at what great shape that's in to be so old. 1972, yeah. Here's one that I thought I had lost, and I'm keeping it for collectors mainly because it's very bluesy and raw, which I don't like. There's a couple of tracks on here that are not them doing the blues, and I like that. I don't like the blues, the basic, okay? This is Aguaturbia from Chile out of the 70s. I just looked them up and see where they had gotten back together in recent years and did some shows. This is really raw and hard, and I can see why it's a collector's item besides it being kind of hard to get. But there is a charge to this album. It's messy, and the woman's voice is unique. The lead singer of the band, her voice is it's pretty unique. I'm glad I found this. It was like misfiled for the longest time. Okay, folks. Let me know how you're doing. If you want to share what you're thankful for, that's cool too. Have a great Thanksgiving. For those that celebrate, for you that don't, just be well and safe.